Welcome to my channel. This is the first episode of Monolithium Culture Dust, where I look at some dusty old shows and look at some dusty old items of cultures past. Today we're going to be looking at a show from 2001 called Little Horrors, a dusty old Australian puppet show. Back in the day, I never really tuned into Channel 7 to watch Little Horrors, but I do remember seeing it on TV. Kids shows like this used to always rub me the wrong way, with their weird bulgy eyes and shifty movements. I did have Volume 1 growing up. I do still have it, and I remember a lot of the episodes vividly, but today we'll be looking at Volume 2, so if I just read the back of the DVD case. This kooky bunch of kids have a monster of a time in a creepy old school run by a retired horror movie actress. The series follows their spooky pranks and misadventures as they generally have a horrible time. The show didn't have as grotesque of creatures like in Pig's Breakfast from 1999. Even the worm from Book Place gave me some weird feelings deep in my guts. I suppose I'd liken Little Horrors to The Ferals, except lesser known and a little bit cleaner. Sometimes.
Sorry to report, your royal headache, that we are fresh out of ass's milk. Apparently, the ass's milkman got caught in a sandstorm.
That is the biggest lunchbox I've ever seen.
Really? If you think that's big, you should see what's inside. She can have my lunchbox any day.
So I don't know how that made it onto children's television programming, but I guess it was a completely different time. I can understand that the stark colours of the puppets, the horror tropes, that they sort of twist the expectations of Webster and his irrational fear of water. He is supposed to be a sea creature. The same with Vlad, with his New Yorker accent, which normally vampires have like an Eastern European accent.
Oh, look at all these cracks in the sidewalk.
He sounds a lot like Joe Pesci,
What happened to the tough guy told my friend stick it up his fucking ass?
except he's not as rude. He doesn't swear. Well, I mean, he does swear. The only other show that's connected to Little Horrors is Plasmo. If anybody remembers Plasmo. People in Australia would probably remember Plasmo. I'm not too sure if it went international. I think a lot of people have probably missed out on a really good stop motion animation. So both are under the same were under the same production company, December Media. Anyway, without further ado, we are going to dive into one of the episodes from Volume 2. The episode is called Blair Witch Project, which involves, if we just read the back, the Little Horrors start making horror movies as vehicles to relaunch the depressed Miss Morbida's movie career, where Quasi is going to be the replacement
emergency
teacher. With the Little Horrors, there were 52 episodes, so anything outside of the 3 DVD volumes, I would consider to be lost media. I can't find any of the episodes anywhere. I've had one person comment on one of the other videos, which, as a disclaimer, I don't own any of the content, any of the episodes of Little Horrors. I am just trying to showcase the show for anybody that remembers the show.
Together? Now Greta has made a new movie and it's a huge hit.
All right. Miss Morbid will be happy because her friend got hit.
Yeah, sure, Dunk. Good one.
Let's go and show her the dolly. Then she can hit it too, and that'll make her happy. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Give me a go.
That has been. We'll never be a movie star ever again.
Watch it, you nasty little piece of work. Cop this.
I'd like to mention that no dolls were hurt in the making of this video or programming.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we make Miss Morbid a moo? I forgot what I was going to.
So for the rest of the episode, they go through a filmmaking process. So the different characters, the different little horrors, they have cameras and they end up filming different movie references are being made in sort of a postmodernist meta way. Vlad is a vampire, and Webster is the creature from the Black Lagoon, and you know they're already from different horror shows, but in sort of like a cinema verite way. You see behind the camera the filmmaking process of the way that they, you know, I just find that really smart, really interesting for a children's program. So I think that's something to remember when you watch this show, which is why I want to see the other episodes of this show. Now, this is probably my favorite part. Duncan does the Island of Dr. Moron, where he is Dr. Frankenstein in a way.
I am Dr. Moron, and this is my horrible plasticine monster.
It's such like an Australian accent.
I'm a plasticine monster. I will
Plasticine
steal the world
monster.
and all the crayons will be mine.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic. I think I can relate to Duncan in that sense. You know, an absolute amateur. Webster ends up doing the whole Indiana Jones. And they add like other little bits and pieces in there.
Quicksand! An evil spirit whose existence is yet to be scientifically proven has possessed the toasters! Oh! 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 Oh, Sam! Oh, no! Save me, Miss Morbida! Save me!
So in the end, there's a moral to the story. I still think it's a very interesting piece of Australian nostalgiana, a very interesting piece of Australian kids show history. I think that a lot of people shouldn't forget.
Ah, my trusty horse.
Moose.
Horse!
Ow!
After a very long day's ride, finally we arrive at our destination. Home of horror.
Hi, this is Jacob. Thank you very much for watching my first video. It was a little bit rough, but hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell for more videos coming up soon on Monolithium. Thank you very much.
Home of horror. So unspeakable it's unspeakable.